and welcome to today's show. It is a brand new year, and here at Arts24, we have been gearing up for the many cultural events ahead. Awards season is already underway, and there's always the Cannes Film Festival, where Barbie director Greta Gerwig will be heading up this year's jury. Aurore Chloé Dupuis takes a look at what else is on the agenda here in France, from concerts to the release of some major blockbusters.
Welcome to the acoustic set.
An exciting lineup with international artists. Blockbusters, concerts, exhibitions. If you're a fan of Impressionism, history and pop music, you're bound to love this year's programme. Who would you like to see this year?
Taylor Swift. Vous êtes plutôt Taylor Swift?
Yes.
On the edge of paradise.
From the 9th until the 12th of May, the pop star will perform near Paris. Expect glamour and feminist songs from Taylor Swift, who has more #1 albums than any woman in history and who was named Time Person of 2023.
Born in the USA.
On the 25th of May, the American rock legend Bruce Springsteen will perform in Marseille. The Boss will be on a tour across Europe after being on the road in the US most of last year. French singer Mylène Farmer will also make a comeback, performing for 3 nights at the Stade de France to the delight of her fans. And if gigs aren't your thing, perhaps you'd rather go to the museum. Degas, Renoir, Monet. You'll be able to delve into the origins of Impressionism that emerged around 150 years ago from the 26th of March at the Musée d'Orsay. Embark in Egyptian history at the Atelier des Lumières. From the 9th of February, immerse yourself in the world of pharaohs to rediscover one of the oldest civilizations.
What if Paul Atreides were still alive?
The sequel of Dune will hit French theatres on the 13th of March. $165 million have been forked out for the new sci-fi masterpiece. From blockbusters to biopics. Bob Marley, the reggae legend, will be on the big screen from the 14th of February. And in autumn, the famous French singer Charles Aznavour will be played by French Academy Award winner Tahar Rahim.
Paris museums had a very good year in 2023, with the Musée d'Orsay setting a historic record for attendance. Nearly 4 million people came to see its Impressionist and post-Impressionist works, including a memorable show comparing painters Manet and Degas. Meanwhile, attendance at the Louvre was up 14%, bringing it closer to its pre-pandemic levels, though it's still not there yet. The Château de Versailles did make it, though, seeing the same number of visitors as in 2019. And the Pantheon is getting more love than ever before. The illustrious mausoleum crossed the threshold of 1 million visitors for the very first time. Well, this year could also see big crowds with all the spectators who are going to be in town for this summer's Olympics. Now, if you live in a remote area of France where museums are not so easily accessible, you'll want to keep an eye out for the mobile Pompidou Center. Original works from the Parisian Museum have been loaded onto a truck that drives around the country, bringing art to more people.
Paintings, sculptures, animations. You might think this is an art gallery, but it's actually a truck. Well, a mobile museum called MUMO. It drove more than 200 kilometers from Paris, bringing more than 20 original works from the famous Pompidou Center. The lorry traveled to Verdun, Eastern France, ready to unfold.
When we reach our destination, the 2 doors open wide and turn into an exhibition hall, 45 square meters of contemporary and modern art.
That day, MUMO opened its doors to school kids and other curious visitors who don't necessarily have access or the money to go to a traditional museum.
Et à votre avis, c'est fait en quelle matière là? En bronze. Most children have never been to a museum before. They're delighted to see something new, and they get to see originals that were stored in Paris.
I'm here out of curiosity, because I've never been to the Pompidou Centre. The artwork moves around in a truck, and it's interesting to see what's on display.
The Mobile Museum was created in 2011, inspired by library buses. But it's only recently that the Pompidou Centre agreed to contribute. MUMO attracts more than 20,000 visitors every year.
Well, employees at the Pompidou Center here in Paris have been on strike since mid-October. One of their main concerns is job stability, with the museum set to close for 5 years of renovations starting in 2025. The strike intensified over the holidays, with the Pompidou completely shut down for 2 weeks. It has since reopened, but the strike is due to continue at least until mid-February. Now, it's not the tallest building in Paris, nor the most visited, but it may be the most magical. This next report takes us to the Moulin Rouge. The cabaret will turn 135 this year. Lauren Bain explains its eternal appeal and why the cancan is actually a dance of rebellion.
It may be the world's most famous windmill, making heads spin with its legendary dancers and their famous French cancan. The Moulin Rouge, an icon of the French capital that's dazzled Parisians and visitors alike for over 130 years.
Sexy.
C'est l'incontournable.
Emblématique, dansant.
Paillettes et féerie.
While the dancers are still front and center, the cabaret has come a long way. Almost nothing remains of the 1889 Moulin Rouge, neither the ballroom nor elephant statue. It was once an extravagant bohemian space nicknamed the Women's Palace.
It was a sort of village fair, a ball, a festive place. It was also a party at night, and then it probably got a bit spicier. The management wanted to mix up the population, to blend social classes, because that was a show in its own right.
It was an effective social blender. On the dance floor, the bourgeoisie rubbed elbows with artists, aristocrats, and workers, all attracted by the dancers and their famous French cancan. A provocative dance that's sometimes seen as outdated and misogynistic, when in fact, it's all about rebelling against the establishment.
It's the bell tower of a cathedral. Exactly.
Next pose, the gun holder.
Here you see that the leg represents a shotgun. It's a way of making fun of the army because repression was very violent. Women didn't have the right to vote, so their way of rebelling and affirming who they were and who they wanted to be was to dance. But not any dance, the French cancan, and to dance alone, without men monitoring or accompanying them.
Each number takes hundreds of hours of practice. Performers are recruited from around the world, but must have a minimum height of 1.75 meters, over 5'7".
When it was created, they weren't professional dancers. They had other day jobs, seamstresses, laundry workers. So it was to have fun at night, on weekends. Now it's professional dancers who've studied classical dance, most of them since they were 5 years old.
This show is a regular sellout, attracting some 600,000 spectators each year.
Spectacular! Incroyable. On est très fiers de Paris.
Really nice, very good, very fun, you know?
It's amazing. This is my second time coming to France to watch it, and I really enjoy it.
The Moulin's dancers also take their show on the road. Promoting France from abroad, from Sydney to Rio to London. Meanwhile, their Parisian base is expanding its offerings with a nightclub and somewhat hidden bar with a rooftop.
The future of the Moulin Rouge is to adapt it to other moments of the day, to attract new types of spectators, always with the goal of giving more access to this legendary show.
A legend that's a never-ending source of new experiences. In 2022, several lucky couples even got to spend a night in the heart of the famous windmill. An unprecedented immersion into the icon's enduring magic.
Would not say no to spending the night at the Moulin Rouge. Finally, we end with a look at an immersive new exhibition at the Grand Palais Immersif here in Paris. Loading explores urban art and its evolution in the digital age. From New York City's subways to paintings filmed using drones, the show surrounds visitors with the rich history of street art. Thanks so much for watching. For more culture news, you can always head to our website or find us on social media. And there's news coming up on France 24 right after this.